Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex and I'm happy to have you here. This is The Love Stories. We are here today to talk about books, but in a different kind of way. I have a bookmark and it needs some attention. What do I mean? Shall I tell you? This bookmark you see here, it needs writing on. But what are we going to fill out with? Not just normal books, not just any old books, but the books that I've read. So we're going to get a pen and we're going to fill it out. And I'm going to be looking on my Kindle app, which is out of frame because I wasn't sure how the camera would pick it up. And what we're going to do is go from when I got my Kindle and started to read on that, which was about 2 years ago now. It was January 2022. Okay, first things first, we need to pick some pens. We are going to go along this way, oh yeah, that way and then down there and then across there and just carry on down the bookmark. I haven't counted them, I don't know how many I've got overall to do, to put on here. I don't know if we're probably going to have some space left, so that means we'll just do an update video at some point and do that maybe at the end of this year. So, if we're starting on January 2022, the first book that I read was The Hobbit. So, what colour should we do that in? We should do that in green, shouldn't we? I've literally just wrote The Hobbit, but it looks really nice. And this was actually one of the videos that I planned to do before I even got a nice camera. So it feels nice to be able to do it. Like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm a booktuber. I'm doing it. It feels really nice. I literally just wrote The Hobbit on there. I think we might do the name of the author in black. That would be nice. That's that done. Wanna see? After The Hobbit, I read The Lord of the Rings. It just seemed like a natural progression from reading The Hobbit. I was like, oh, what do I read next? Oh, I think I'll read The Lord of the Rings. What colour comes to mind when you think of The Lord of the Rings? I think we're going to have to go with red. The first one is the Fellowship of the Ring. I can't put it on. That looks terrible. I really messed that one up. Two Towers. Should we put it all in the same colour? Because they're a trilogy. Yeah. And then of course it's The Return of the King. Is it The Return of the King or just Return of the King? So it is Return. It is The Return of the King. But this one is the tiniest little book. I'm just going to put Return of the King. The next one I read after The Lord of the Rings was a book by Andy Weir. And it it was called Randomize. If you know the author Andy Ware, it's because he wrote The Martian and Project Hail Mary. But yeah, this one was like, it was a really short book. It was like 100 odd pages long, and I just sat and read it, you know, outside, just all in one go, and it was good. It was obviously really fast paced, but decent. Randomize. I can't fit the author's name on this one. Oh, I haven't showed you, have I? Sorry. There we are. It's not going too badly. Could be better, could be worse. The Midnight Library is next. These long titles are going to have to go on such small little books. But when I get to the bigger ones to write on, it'll be a shorter title, I bet. I think we will go with a pink colour next time. You cannot make heads nor tails of this one, it's far too small. These Sharpies were not a very good idea with this paper. Does that say the Midnight Library? Maybe. We know what it says. That's enough. The Martian is the next one. The Martian. It's tiny. I think I need different pens. Hold on. Hi. Hello, welcome back. It's a different day. I just thought I'd show you my new wallpaper for my phone. It's so nice. I obviously started to film this video before, but that I was having trouble with the pens, and then I had to go and get some more to use. But then I stopped, and now we're back. Hands up if you're a booktuber or a YouTuber of any kind and you have trouble getting started. It's weird. Do you find it strange to just randomly put the camera on and then start talking to it about the thing that you had in your mind? Because in my mind, like, I think, yeah, I've got it sorted out, I'm ready to go, I know what I want to talk about, and then I turn the camera on and I'm like, what? How do I talk? What did I want to say? Anyone else like that? Probably is. It's bizarre, it's a strange thing to do. But also I'm thinking and hoping that it should get easier. But yeah, Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a nice time. I didn't do much at all. What did I do? The people around here always have fireworks at New Year's. And there was a beautiful display this year, so we just went and stood in the back garden and watched the fireworks. Probably lasted about 5 or 10 minutes, and they were really good. It was one of the best I've seen, just from neighbours putting on their own displays. It was really, really beautiful. There was loads of gold and purple fireworks. Absolutely, it just magical. It was really, really magical. I don't have any pictures because I didn't have my my better camera then, but if I had it, I would have gone and taken some pictures to show you. So we're up to the Martian. The Martian by Andy Weir, who I read that one last summer. I loved it. It was such a good book. Really recommend it. Really, 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 really recommend it. It was really, really good. Okay? We're going to go with orange. No, we should go with red because Mars is red, but then we're going to be... No, we're going to go with orange. I hope this pen works. I haven't even tried it out. So the Martian is very tiny. There's no way I can write the author's name on this one, so we can't do that. Can you see it? Hopefully just about. Okay, the next one is also by Andy Weir because I read the first one, and all I was seeing at that time on Reddit was about how good Project Hail Mary was. So I thought, well, I've got to read that as well, haven't I? So I read that after The Martian. Project Hail Mary. I think we're going to do a dark blue. Or yeah, we'll do a dark blue for Project Hail Mary. Ah, that's pretty. Project Hail Mary. We haven't had green for a while, so we have green next. The book is by Becky Chambers. The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. That was really a fun read. That was really fun. Lots of aliens, lots of different worlds, lots of different cultures, and it's just a really, really fun little adventure. It's one of them books where like nothing really happens, but it was good. It was really comfy. We're gonna have green, aren't we? Right. I hope I can fit this in. That one's filming. Okay. How am I gonna fit this in? That was all the books that I read in 2022, and I only read 7 books that year. Well, it's 9 really because of the Lord of the Rings books. It only counts as 7 on my Kindle because I bought the trilogy as like one book, like the omnibus of those 3 books, so it only counts as 7, but I actually read 9. 2022, but now we're going on to 2023, which was obviously last year now because it's January. In January of 2023, I just continued reading the Becky Chambers Wayfarers series. So the next one that I read is called Close the Common Orbit, and I really love that book. All of these books I've actually talked about in my previous video that I'll link down below. End of the year book tag, and I gave a little rundown of all of them. Next one, what did I say it was? A Closing Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. I think we're going to have a light blue for this one. I really should have tried these pens out first. I have no scrap paper around. Any scrap paper anywhere? I don't really want to use the back of that. What's it called? That looks alright. It's got to be yellow. This book, can you guess what it is? It's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which obviously, what is it? Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. La 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 la. It's gotta be yellow. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Also, I will say that it's an exception, but the film for me was actually better than the book. There was no Wicked Witch at the start of it. You know, she's at the start of it and she's like, I'll get you, Dorothy, and your little dog too. There was none of that. The ruby slippers were a different colour, I think silver or black. And the ending was different as well. She did kill the witch by melting her with the water, but that will come a lot faster in the book than it did in the film. I don't know, there was just a lot of stuff that was different, but I just thought that the whole telling of the story of the film was a lot better. The film was actually one of my favourites, so I thought, oh, I'll read the book, and expecting obviously the book to be better because they usually are, but this was the exception. And massive difference, you know, the whole "there's no place like home." I mean, the whole tagline, I mean, that is now a thing that everyone in the world knows comes from The Wizard of Oz. Yeah? There's no place like home. That was not in the book. That's exclusively the film only. That was really a surprise. I was just like, of course that's going to be in there. But it wasn't anywhere in there. What? Yeah. I mean, talk about an artistic license to do what you want. The next one's The Paper Magician, and we're going to go with red because she explores his heart in it. I'm not going to give you any more details than that. Also, if you want to know about whatever I thought about any of these books, make sure you go and check out my other video. I'll link it in the description. The Paper Magician. I'm happy with that. No, that's fun. I really love that. It makes me all warm and gooey inside. The next ones were the most pivotal books that I read last year, and it was the Farseer-trilogy. I love these books. Farseer-trilogy. Highly recommend it. We'll never stop recommending it. I bought all 3 books together, so on my Kindle app it only counts as 1 book, but it was 3. So as the next 3 books are Assassin's Apprentice, The Royal Assassin, and Assassin's Quest. They're my favourite trilogy, so I'm going to use my favourite colour, which is blue, and I've got a dark blue, a normal colour blue, and then a light blue. Yeah, those 3 blues for those 3 books. Do you want to see them? Oh, of course you do. After I read the Farseer-trilogy, I thought that I could read some other books, but I couldn't. I went back to the Ozma of Oz books. I was reading these a little bit, and then I started to read Ship of Magic, but I did actually finish these before I finished Ship of Magic, because the Ozma of Oz books, they're really short. So the next one was Ozma of Oz. Ozma of Oz, We haven't had green for a while. Let's have a nice light green. Oh. Whoops. Good enough. And then we'll keep it green. Is Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Next one's Ship of Magic, which I'm gonna use blue because of the sea. Yeah, I think I'll use blue because of the water, the sea, the Ship of Magic. Yeah. Hopefully that showed it. Ship of Magic. And that's where I've got a few on here that aren't what I read. I've got a couple of the Harry Potter books on there and a Avengers comic, but I didn't actually read those because they were just on like Kindle Prime, so I could download them and say that I'd read them without actually reading them. And the reason I chose those to do that with was because I've already read the Harry Potter books in my life, so I thought that counted. And yeah, I just chucked the Avengers one on there for good measure kind of thing. Also, I didn't want to give, you know, the big old transphobe too much attention in terms of reading her books, you know. She already has enough attention, but not the right kind, because she's not a nice person. The next one, the last one that I read last year, 2023, was The Mad Ship, the second one in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. So, I mean, it's got to be blue again, isn't it? Because of the water. I'm going to use the navy blue for this one. Mad Ship. That might be black. I don't know if it's navy blue or black that I picked up. I cannot tell. They look so similar. Okay, The Mad Ship was next. That's the last book that I read last year. I read it. It took me. Oh, I've got the yellow over here. I think I finished reading The Mad Ship the last week of the year, so I was really counting it fine. But yeah, that's the first two rows done. Ah, I think it's looking really nice. Yeah, all personalised and everything. And would you know it? That's it. That's the end of the video then, isn't it? Wow. Okay, that was a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, look, it looks lovely that we've got two lovely shelves all filled up with lovely books that I've read. Oh, that's really satisfying. It has a little tag on it. It says British Book Art. So I'll see if I can find a link for them if anyone's interested in getting one of these and filling out their own. Then maybe you can. Oh, it come from Etsy actually, because I remember seeing it at some point, and they had different designs. But my partner chose this one for me because of the cat as well, because I love cats. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was cosy and something a little bit different for BookTube. I've not seen anyone do that before, so I'm hoping that, you know, it was different enough, but not too different. I imagine that maybe in 6 months or the end of this year, maybe, you know, I want to do this again. So let me know if you want to see that. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're going to do it too. And yeah, I'd love to see everything that you've been reading. Do you have something like this? Do you keep a record of it? I don't know. I think the Kindle app is really good for tracking everything. The Goodreads website I find a little bit strange. Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to go and rest. And I hope that you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for coming back. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for helping me fill this out. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, bye.